Girls and Boys Club has been a fixture in this West Dallas community for years. The gas company and firefighters kept a close eye on the fire. They found 50-year-old Gerald Reed dead inside his home. You can find almost any home drug testing kit like this one at any supercenter or drugstore. They're not hard to find. 2 innocent teenagers were killed this month, caught in the crossfire, what police say was gang violence. Make sure you bundle up because it is cold out here. The Marine and Army airborne flag stands proudly outside of this home. Arlington police are looking for as many as 4 people who shot a teenager multiple times. Police warn parents not to let their guard down. Terrell Owens, you pay close to $200 for his signature. With the 13-year-old recently dying in the crossfire of what police believe may have been a gang shooting. And it's an extremely huge crowd here at the scene of the accident, and it's been like this all day. This West Dallas Girls and Boys Club holds some precious memories. Looks like we're going to have some rain and not a good hair day. He was a highly respected officer, and today his colleagues say they have lost a dear friend. More parents are coming forward, claiming Dennis Drummond had contact with their children. In the town of Saxe, Drummond was a substitute teacher up until last year. Some parents in that community say their daughters were inappropriately touched by Drummond at Sewell Elementary.
He came over to her to answer her question. He put his left arm over her shoulder. She's sitting in her chair. He put his right arm on her lower stomach this far down and started rubbing in circles and said, "What is your question?" My daughter got scared and upset and uncomfortable. Her face turned red. She told him, "Never mind, she's got it."
That happened in April of last year. The Saxe chief of police says the department filed 2 counts of indecency with the child against Drummond, but the grand jury no-billed him, which means it didn't find enough evidence to hold him over for trial.
I think it's pretty sad that we weren't heard and that another child got hurt.
Get away.
For now, Dennis Drummond hurries out of the Collin County Jail a free man. But for the alleged victims and their families, this is no consolation. The Collin County Children's Advocacy Center says for the parents and their children, the nightmare has just begun.
So it's important to talk to your children about personal and private boundaries.
When it comes to abuse, the advocacy group says the whole family must work together to try to heal. Police warn parents not to let their guard down. They say what perpetrators do is try to get next to parents as well as children.
The message we've been trying to emphasize to parents is that take this opportunity to sit down and talk to your child. Talk to them about the difference between an appropriate touch and an inappropriate touch.
And Plano police say they have received a number of calls from parents concerned about their children. Drummond is charged with 2 counts of indecency with a child. Chris, this West Dallas Girls and Boys Club holds some precious memories for this community. Today I talked to some parents as well as some children who attended here, and they're very sad to see it close. But organizers say they just cannot afford to keep it open any longer.
Once they was there, it was a safe environment.
The doors are closed at this Boys and Girls Club in West Dallas. Single mother Aniska Reedy's 2 boys would go to the facility every day after school. She will now have to find someplace else for them to go.
It was real convenient. Like, you know, they go by your income. Other places, they don't do that.
Boys and Girls Clubs provide after-school outreach programs for many children. This West Dallas Club will now close after 41 years. A sad day for many parents.
When it's closed down, it's, you know, more kids is on the streets, you know, drug infested, you know, stuff like that. And I don't want my kids to grow up with that.
The Girls and Boys Club has been a fixture in this West Dallas community for years. So many families sent their children there. Now they'll have to find other ways to keep them safe. This facility was known for its strong presence in the community. Many say lives were changed because of the positive impact that it had on so many young lives.
Spud Webb used to come to the Boys and Girls Club all the time and help coach boys basketball.
I feel bad because, you know, it was a center that I grew up in, you know, had a lot of fun in, and now it's closed. And I got to see my little brothers grow up and go to that center, so it's awful.
Now, Now, there has been some revitalization in this community, but not enough to support the facility. Now, organizers presently are looking at alternative sites for the after-school programs. In West Dallas, Stella Payne, CBS 11 News. A deadly stabbing overnight in Dallas, what police say happened before it, and what happened right after a minor traffic accident that sent a man to the hospital fighting for his life. And where in North Texas you need to watch where you talk on your cell phone. Good morning, everyone. I'm Stella Payne. It's Saturday, December the 1st. Thanks for joining us on CBS 11 News Saturday morning. And it is cloudy outside. Looks like we're going to have some rain and not a good hair day.
No, not really. Oh, patchy rain, though.
New this morning, Dallas police have a man in custody who they say stabbed a woman to death. Investigators tell us Tomito Carvalho and the woman got into a fight at the Mainstay Apartments in the 3200 block of Norwalk around 1 o'clock this morning. They say the man picked up a butcher knife and repeatedly stabbed the woman. Detectives are talking to witnesses. A man is rushed to the hospital after he was shot at a gas station parking lot on Sun Valley Drive. Fort Worth police tell us the victim was involved in a minor traffic accident. When the two parties were talking about the accident, they got into an argument. That's when police say someone shot the man in the stomach. He was taken to the hospital in critical condition. The suspect is still on the run. Police say a woman is at Methodist Hospital this morning because a man shot her in the eye. It happened just after 1 o'clock at a gas station in the 8400 block of South Lancaster Road. We have more information on the deadly stabbing we told you about at the beginning of the show. CBS 11's Miriam Natazad is live at the Mainstay Apartments with what we now know. Miriam. Arlington police are looking for as many as 4 people who shot a teenager multiple times. The aunt of LaParlo McCarlo found him after he was shot.
Told him to wake up and that we love him and for him just to be strong.
Marcalo was shot several times in the chest and back. A bullet even grazed his head. Now, the shooting happened around 7:30 last night at the Coach Light apartment in Arlington. Police are looking into whether this was gang related. Now, Marcalos' family say he's not in a gang. A $25,000 reward will go to anyone who can help authorities catch the Scarecrow Bandit. That's what they call the man who have robbed at least 9 North Texas banks. FBI agents say they wear plain shirts and hats and are armed and considered dangerous. Within the last week, the FBI unveiled a new website, bandittracker.com. It shows surveillance photos from robberies. Agents hope it will help them arrest the Scarecrow Bandit and other robbers. Starting today, using cell phones is now off limits in some parts of Highland Park. The Highland Park Town Council passed an ordinance banning drivers from using handheld cell phones in school zones during school hours. The use of hands-free cellular devices is still allowed. Fines will run as much as $75 for violators. A very sad day here at the Plano Police Department. 31-year-old Dale Hardy began his career here in 1998. He was a highly respected officer, and today his colleagues say they have lost a dear friend.
We've lost one of our family members.
The traffic accident happened here at the intersection of Independence and Russell Creek Drive. Motorcycle officer Dale Hardy was going northbound on Independence when he collided with this gray car.
Officer Hardy was on his police motorcycle conducting traffic enforcement when the crash occurred.
Officer Hardy was a 9-year veteran of the Plano Police Department, assigned to the traffic unit. He had been a motorcycle officer for 5 years.
We're a very close group here. We all, it's very tough when you lose, one of your colleagues, because we're a small enough department that our colleagues are not just our co-workers, they're our friends. So, we've lost a very dear friend.
Plano investigators spent several hours reconstructing the scene of the accident, and it is ongoing. Plano police say this is the second line of duty death. The last one was in 1920. Officer Hardy leaves behind a wife and 2 twin 3-year-old daughters. Reporting live in Plano, Stella Payne, CBS 11 News.